feel comfortable?
Yeah, I just started.
Ah, it just
Just
started.
started.
Okay, and so this is gonna be the background sound.
Background. Yeah.
Background sound of what?
Um, Let me see if it's recording. 100% checking.
Yeah.
Yes, it is nice. I don't want you to have spoilers of the game, so I'm gonna do this. And
Come
also,
on. That
no,
one.
come on.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So, that's how we started the first episode of my English podcast, which the name was Scarecrow. I remember. I created this name a couple months ago, maybe
Scarecrow.
1 year ago. And yeah, I'm Celso, and I'm here with Alessandra.
Hi.
And let me see. This is gonna be the first episode, and I just met Alessandra like 3 days ago.
Yeah, for no, wait.
No.
It was 1 week ago because we met in a Resto Solidaire
Mhm.
1 week ago here in Nice, and but we didn't know each other. We just met because I was working, I was doing benevola, and you were there, and
Uh,
we just saw each other. I checked your um it's not invitation, c'est un autre mot. It's I know it's supposed to be in English,
ticket,
but we're
ticket.
yeah. I was checking your ticket, and I was checking your student card, and then I was still working there, so I served the food and everything, and you just ate there. You were with friends, right? I remember you
Yeah.
were next to somebody, and that's it. And then we met in the foyer of our residence because we're studying in France and we're living in a student residence.
Yeah.
And there's a foyer, which is a place where people just hang out together. Like you can find people and you just talk, you make friends. And I met Celso, and now I don't know, we just started talking and everything with my group of girls, and I don't know, now I'm doing this podcast in English.
It was kind of
Yeah, that's so random. I like it that it's so random.
so also I think wait, because this is literally gonna be the first episode again. I
Yeah.
don't remember if I did any introduction. So just some context. I'm a Brazilian guy that is living in France right now in the city of Nice. And Alessandra is from Italy, originally from Sardinia,
Yeah.
born and raised in the countryside, right?
We can call it countryside. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
basically one of
you
the
weren't born in Cagliari, it was in the
yeah,
countryside.
I was born there, and Sardinia, for the context, yeah, for those who don't know, Sardinia is one of the main islands of Italy, and I was born and raised there, and now I'm just studying in France. It's my third year in France, and
What did
um,
you studying again?
I did a licence. I did a bachelor in
Wait.
anthropology.
Actually, let's go.
What?
We start
Yeah,
childhood, so chronological.
childhood, literally,
I mean,
really.
wait. Um, Nowadays you're 25,
I'm
right?
25, yeah.
25. And
This year is gonna be 26, but we don't say it loud. We just
yeah,
pretend it's 25 forever.
yeah, I was 21 forever. So yeah, that's how we met. It was in the restaurant, but we didn't talk to each other. She was just taking the ticket, as she said.
Yeah,
Then
I was
we
doing my
met
job.
here in the residence in the living room.
Yeah,
Um, but okay. You were raised in Sardinia,
I
as you
want to bite
said.
the microphone. Like I can't stop walking. I
Go
don't
for
want to
it.
bite.
Go
No,
for
I
it.
don't want to bite them. I'm gonna ruin it.
Just this part right here. No, not gonna be a problem.
No, no, it's not a good idea. I don't want to ruin your stuff.
Um, so you can tell me how was it living in Sardinia?
Can I touch it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. How is it to
I have
get raised?
something for you.
What? What is that?
It's the
Oh, thank you.
oh,
I like the texture of this.
all right.
This c'est à tapis. It's wait, what is it called in English? I forgot the
That
word.
was Albina's gift, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a gift for you. I can make food, by the way.
All
But
right.
okay. And that it's so pretty. And tapis. I don't remember how you say tapis
Rag,
in French. Rug.
rag.
It's a rug in English, and this is an Albanian little um little rug, and it's very pretty. I'm touching it, and I like the texture, so I think I'm gonna just keep touching it because I like it, and without ruining it. I'll be gentle. And you were saying what? You
Ruin
just
it? What do you mean?
ruin it. I don't want to.
Ah, no, no,
Yeah,
no, don't
no,
worry. By the way, what is she's talking about is a rug that is a magnet for the
yeah.
fridge, which was a present for our friend Albina,
which
a
is from Albania.
girlfriend, Albania. Yeah,
Which is from Albania.
classic.
Yeah. And you asked me something, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
how it was to live in Sardinia in your childhood there.
I'm
Like,
sorry I get distracted so easily for this one. But by the way, I'm just gonna answer the question. To get raised in Sardinia is best thing of my life, literally, because Sardinia has no pollution at all.
hmm,
Like it's very low polluted island, and the life there is mostly about nature because I first of all I don't live in a main city. I live in a little town that has 18 K people.
wow,
So we know each other. Like
that's
literally everybody knows each other.
very small city.
Yeah, that's a small city. And I was raised with my grandma because my parents they both work, and when I was very little during the first hours of the day they wouldn't be able to take care of me because they were working. So I grew up with with my grandma, which lives in
Mm.
the with my uncles and my family, my uncle's family, in the I don't know what it's called, but it's a little bit out of the town, so there's a lot of nature around, and they have
That's
a
a good place for a child
yeah,
to be raised.
yeah, and I was raised literally among sheep and chickens and cats and dogs and yeah, and gooses. Oh, geez, I don't know. What
Because
is the
it's
plural? Gooses. I don't think there's gooses. Like there's on the
I think
plural.
it's G's.
Yeah, geez. I'm sorry for
G's.
my Jesus. I'm sorry for my English. English is my third language, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forget some terms sometimes. I'm sorry for that.
True.
Yeah, and I think it's very good to grow up in Sardinia because since it's an island and it's a beautiful island because our beaches are just like Maldives. I'm not even exaggerating. Like you can write down Sardinia on Google, you can search for that, and like you search for beaches, and you're gonna found either you found very good and hot girls, which is true because Sardinian girls are very hot, also guys, but especially women. And uh, either you find las playas, either you find the beaches and they're very clear, the water is so light, and that you can see fishes literally. And it's a very nice place to live because I feel rich every time I go to Sardinia. Literally, every time I come back, I feel, oh my god, I live here. Fuck, I have holidays for free. Like it's so good.
I have
Yeah,
never been to Sardinia, but I do imagine with way more nature
yeah.
than like a city style.
We're considered the wildest region of Italy, which
Why
is true.
this?
Yeah, we're very wild because we have ancient history, and I'm not explaining in all in details, but basically, we always had a hard time to adapt to civilization, we can say, and so we are very old tradition that we respect and we love, and we're trying to keep our identity somehow. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why we're called wild and everything, and mostly because we also have beautiful natures to see, nature places that they're very beautiful. And I have my uh, marketing project of renovation of a certain area of Sardinia that I made for an exam, so I can let you see it. And you're gonna see, like I took pictures, like I put pictures, and they're
Hmm.
they're crazy, they're beautiful.
I think that
And
we had very different childhoods because
really,
I wasn't going to farms very often, as you said, goose around me or mouton, sheeps.
mm,
No, my city was small, also 30,000, but we lived in a very urban area. What do you think that would be the best memories of your
what is
childhood?
that? That's
That's
I see.
right now
Albania.
she's holding another magnet that Albina gave it to me, which is the city that Albina came from.
Durresi.
You that's not how we pronounce it, she told me, but I forgot it. But it's nothing, there's nothing to do what we see it right here.
Really?
Yeah. So what do you think that were like the best memories of your childhood there? One
Um,
specific.
going to the beach with my dad and going to the beach like with my parents' friends that have children themselves. So I always had a lot of family friends, and we will always do a lot of randonnée. I don't know how it's called.
Yeah,
Hikes, hikes,
sightseeing.
hikes, and We would go to the beach. Like my parents are very active in their social life, so
Mm.
that was very.
Doing sports.
Um, my dad does. He loves ski, and he started to do ski at the age of 52, and he still goes to ski. Well, we go every year. We go to
Yeah.
ski every year,
Never
and
too late to start, right?
no, never too late. And he's very good. He can handle it. He doesn't even like fall.
Wow.
He's very good.
So you must be good at it also.
No, no, no. I'm afraid of heights and speed, so I don't like. I
Ah,
I like ski, but to go slow. I like to go slow. And I babysit a girl that is 9 years old, and she already does the black ones, the black piste.
wow.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
like I don't even imagine myself doing that because I'm so
How old were
afraid.
you the first time that you
But
tried
it
skiing?
was 3 years ago, literally. I
Ah,
wa- I was living in
okay.
Grenoble, still here in France, and
So you didn't try with your dad then?
no, my dad started way before me.
Mm,
Yeah, way before me.
okay, okay. My first time skiing was here in France also.
Really?
Yeah, like 1 year and a half ago,
Uh-huh.
and it was extremely fun. I think I learned it quite fast. Um, by accident, I went to a red line, so
Uh,
like there was no way to go back. I had just to go sliding my butt on the snow until get to the bottom of the
mm,
mountain. But I really liked it. I want to try it again. I want to try it again. Also
eh,
quite dangerous. Like
yeah.
there wasn't much. One girl died in the day that I was there.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Are you
I
serious?
didn't see her, but it was on the news, you know.
What?
Yeah. Do you know the main skiing stations here in?
Isola 2000?
Yeah,
Isola 2000?
yeah. And there's also I think it's Vauban.
Vauban?
Yeah,
I don't know it, sincerely.
I don't remember the names, but yeah, I still want to go again.
Be fine.
A group of students they went there in around November. I don't know if you heard of it. I think it was organized by FAS 06.
Face. Yes, because this organization that I work for too, they do this kind of stuff.
You didn't know that they were there?
I knew, but I just didn't join them because I probably was
Mm,
still in Italy with my dad doing,
mm.
ski because we went to ski,
Okay, so
like 1 month ago.
you were poor in the countryside of Sardinia, and you stayed there like your whole childhood, your whole
My
teenagers
entire
years?
yeah, until my 19, because I
Okay.
did all my studies there. For the content, my Italy school in Italy, you do 5 years of elementary school, then 3 years of middle school, and then 5 years of high school. And already I failed 1 year, my first year of lycée.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened?
because I didn't want to study, so I just didn't. And most of my subjects I didn't pass them, so I failed the first year.
Well,
Yeah,
and why didn't you want to study?
because I don't know, I was, the puberty,
Mm,
and I was really, because I, I think it's because I was so happy to be in high school that I just wanted to have fun necessarily, and I really didn't like to study back then, and I didn't need. I was feeling like I was not up to prove anybody nothing. Like I was just completely free, completely.
mhm.
Like it was my first. Like it was very like the most free year of my life. Like I wouldn't care about anything. Like crazy, like completely anarchic, and I just end up being failed, which was the right thing because I didn't do anything during the year, so that was the right thing to do. And and then I just kept studying until I graduated, and
After that, you had to repeat that year in high school. That's when you
yeah,
start to actually
I
study?
changed I changed school
Mm,
first of all, so
hmm.
it was a completely new environment, and I like the new environment actually.
Okay.
I like it better than the other one. Actually, I wasn't enjoying it, and then I changed school, and oh look what I did.
Yeah,
It's
we are
cute.
playing with a puzzle that is line blue and white one that you need to do a dog, and she made, I think it's a heart. Can be a heart.
Do you think it's a heart?
I mean,
Maybe like
there's
this
a,
is a
yeah,
heart.
yeah.
Maybe like
Yeah, we made a heart with
or
two
stairs.
horns.
It's like stairs probably. What did you ask me?
And in this year that you were studying at all, how
Yeah.
was it with your parents? They were mad at you for not studying?
Yeah, they were mad at me, but like shit happens.
Shit happens. They had to deal with it.
Yeah, they really
What
didn't
is the
have any choice.
Italian saying? "Non fare niente,
Dolce far
dolce fare
niente.
niente."
Dolce far niente.
Exactly, exactly. And then you move to a new school, actually start having time, a good time.
You had a good time during lycée, during high school.
No, when you moved to the new
Ah,
school, then you actually
it
were like enjoying more going
it was
to
it
lycée.
was better. Actually, it was better. I liked it. Even though in public schools, teachers are not always very motivated. So
Yeah, quite often.
it looks like
Sword?
a sword, but for the pirates one.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it. I can see Johnny Depp with that one
yeah.
in
I
his
love
hand.
Johnny Depp, by the way. And
When you're a teenager, were you like in love with an artist or a singer?
I discovered K-pop during my
I
first
knew,
year of
I knew
high
she was
school.
gonna mention K-pop.
Of course. And I was in love with this guy. It was a member of well, I'm gonna say the names because you can look it for it on online. I started to listen to Shiny because one of my friends of the school introduced me to K-pop, and I actually liked it.
That is
And
like 2020,
2000 at the start of 2014,
14.
yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
And me and my friends group, we were all women, little girls, and we started um to listen to this Korean group, which is called Shiny, SHINEE. And the main singer, which his name is Kim Chonyeon, but it's called
King Chanyeol.
Chonyeon, but it's written Kim Jong-un, so it's
Mm,
like a bit different. And and I just fell in love with him. Like, mm, we were a group of four, and each one of us had like their favorite, and we for years, like we spent years literally exchanging us like music, and started to one of my friends, she also started to write down fan fictions about them.
mm.
Cute fan fiction, not sexual fan fiction.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
this didn't prevent us to read the actual hard fan fictions. And yeah, so we started reading them, and we will download illegally their concerts, and we just made pajama parties looking at those concerts because we were just, in the middle of our puberty, we were just so off like for these guys. We were so in love with
Taking
them.
screenshots of their butts.
Not their butts always.
Always.
Always, not always. It depends.
50% of the time.
We will take like every picture at that age, any picture of a guy that you like, it's good, like no
Mm-mm.
matter what. And and so then,
So Shiny was your favorite group.
yeah, and then I started to listen to Big Bang, BTS, the old BTS, EXO, like 2NE1 too. And still today I listen to K-pop. I really love it. And and yeah, then like after lycée, after high school, I moved to Bologna to do a bachelor in anthropology.
Did you because since you live in Sardinia, which is
Yeah,
an island, yeah, I think that's gonna make a lot of noise.
a lot of noise.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
they're
sorry.
like gonna be like, what?
Oh my God.
But since you were part of the island and not the continent, is there like this rivalry between you two, or like because in course they are kind of against
I know.
France and France is kind of against course,
Yeah, of course.
or
Of
maybe
course,
you
people are
felt prejudice for being from Sardinia, not at all.
uh in Italy. Every region is um people from every region are very attached to their region,
Mm,
which means we have a sense of nationalism, like in Italy, because we recognize us as Italians, but still, our region is our first identity, I think. And I did, I was as much as lucky to have the opportunity in my life to travel a lot, both either with my family,
yeah.
either alone. And my dad um it works for the it doesn't work for the government, but still is a public worker, you know.
Mm.
And in Italy, when you are in this situation, your children are allowed to have benefits from certain things. And for example, us, we had the benefit of going to um what are they called, abroad trips. Why
Mm.
with it was like um school travels, like, I mean, you go to a country for 2 weeks and you stay there and you met new people from all over the Italy, and you make new friends, and you also watch new cities. For example, um my first travel out of Italy with one of my parents was in London, and
Mm.
I remember
How old were you?
14. And
14.
yeah, the year before I already did something without my parents, and I went to no, it was not Bordighera, it was I can't remember the name, but it was in Piemonte anyway. It was very next to France, and I think it stopped.
Yeah, I was just gonna repeat this again. Wait, there's propaganda, publicity. Wait.
Propaganda.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, and um wait, attends, I want to call you, like, I want to say the proper name. What is it called?
So you were 14 and you went to London.
Yeah, but at the age of 13, I still went to with my this kind of trips without my parents, and I was just among Italians and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's here, Bardonecchia. Bardonecchia.
Pardonecchia.
At the age of 13, I went to with the travel agency. I went with a group of Italian students all over Italy, from all over Italy. We went to Bardonecchia together, which is in Piemonte, which is in the north of Italy, and is on the Alps, so it's a mountain place actually. And that was my first trip with all my parents, and I loved it. And I made new friends and everything. But when I went to London, actually it was even better because I was à l'étranger too. It was like abroad, and I was like I could practice my English, and I was so happy to do it. And I took English classes too there, because those travels, when you like they um there you do also classes. You also take classes of English, uh, classes of the language that you speak there actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You went there with your high school? That's
no, I was alone. And
alone at 14.
yeah, yeah, I never went with you don't go with classes. You just go with random people that you don't know, and you start to make new friends like this.
Wow, insane that you could travel alone to another country at the age
But
of
I will
14.
not fly alone, because
Mm.
it happens that basically your parents get you to the airport, and you meet the group leader.
Okay,
You met the
okay.
group leader that is responsible for
It's
minors.
like a exchange program.
Yeah, and it's an exchange program. It's
Okay.
yeah, you said
Do you
well.
remember the company?
I worked for that company.
Wow.
Yeah,
Which company?
yeah. Its name is Accademia Britannica.
Accademia Britannica.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I did I now that I'm older, I do the group leader.
Oh,
Like I
oh.
do it during Easter. During Easter, yeah, no, during summer. During summer, I am the group leader.
That looks so fun.
Yeah, it is fun because you go, like, I went to Madrid, Dublin, and London to do the group leader, and I will bring little kids, like not little kids, but people, like little students. I brought them abroad, and it was so fun. It was so fun to guide them, to be with them, and to be supportive, and to get to know them better, and to talk to them, to be funny, and also to meet people my age that also do group leaders, because since groups are in London, we were more than 300. So
What the
you need,
fuck?
so we needed, like, we were 17 group leaders. Every one of us had like 20, 25
So you're still
kids.
doing this.
Yeah, I still do that.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
last turn was in Dublin last year.
And the next time?
I don't know, because I don't think I'll have time to do this summer.
And do you receive only students from Italy?
Yeah, in this agency, yeah, because it's they do different programs, but it depends on agency. You can find agency that puts you with different people from all over the world. For example, when I was 16, I traveled to Brighton, which is not next to London, but it's still in the southern Great Britain, and I met people from. I was with another agency. I was with EF, and
I know Yef.
you
Yeah.
know,
I almost did an exchange program with them.
yeah, that's what I did, and I was with people from all over the world. It was so good. I loved it. I loved it. Then I did a lot of exchange programs because I did Barcelona, Edinburgh, Berlin, Brighton. Probably I missing something. I
Those
don't know.
exchange programs were as a student, not as
As a
a.
student,
Okay.
and since my dad
And
worked
all
for
of
the
them
public,
connected during your high school years.
not during summer.
During
Oh
summer.
yeah. So from between 2 years of school, I will do a summer. Like
Mm.
every summer, I would just leave and have a holiday like this. And what other? Yeah, what else?
What was your first job?
My first job,
Your
my
first
first
job?
legal job.
You can say they legal.
Okay.
You're trafficking human beings.
No, the fact is that when you are in high school in Italy, you are it's part of the program to work because you have to gain like 200 hours of work in the last 3 years of your lycée of your
Hmm.
yeah and of your high school. And I worked in for cruise companies.
Hmm.
It was all about tourism. I worked in a
But were you like in the boat?
no, I was
The
a
agency?
reception. I was uh, earth receptionist. Like every time the cruisier
Hmm.
would get out of the boat, they will just talk to us and ask us for information. I would just give them. And I
Wait, come a
also
little
did
bit here. It's my
wait
music. Yeah, just come a little bit here.
like this.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're more in the center both.
Okay.
But like try to.
To get what like this.
No, no, the opposite.
Wait. Ah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that
Okay.
looks better. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, be with
I
your.
try to be. Yeah.
All right.
Uh, I'm sorry. That is my first time doing podcast. And what did you ask me?
Your first job, and then you said that it was as a receptionist in the
Yeah.
agency of the cruise.
Yeah. And I worked for the Portugal authority too to make different parkour, different, I don't know how to call them, but just we will propose, like we will write down actual guides for tourists,
Mm.
and I will translate them
How
in
old were
German,
you?
16, 17, I
Wow.
remember, and I will translate them in German, French, and English because those were the languages that I was studying in high school. Because in Italy, I don't know if you're aware of this, but in Italy, you actually choose the the kind of high school you want to do. For example, I did linguistic high school because I wanted to specialize myself in languages. It works like a little bit like a bachelor degree already in the high school. So everybody during middle school they choose what kind of high school they want to do. And there's the classic one, which where you studied literature mostly and Greek, ancient Greek and Latin, or you do engineering, or you do economic. It's a little the little version of high school.
Remember then which language you speak because it's Italian as mother language, then English fluently, and
French fluently too.
French fluently too.
Yeah, and I should practice more of German and Spanish because I can read and I understand,
You
but
can read German.
I can read German, but still, if I have to speak, it's still I didn't practice. It's been 6 years that I don't speak German, so I like if I practice
Yeah.
now, it's gonna be very difficult.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it.
Yeah, Spanish I is very close to Sardinian and to Italian, so I understand it very well. That's it.
So first job, it was as a receptionist
Yeah,
in a cruising company. That it was
yeah.
the legal one
Legal one, yeah.
and the illegal one.
I don't have the illegal ones.
Oh, so you have never worked illegally.
Yeah, no, actually
Okay,
no.
you're just joking.
Actually, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Actually, no, yeah.
But like, would you help your father when you're younger at his job or your mother?
That's actually impossible because um you can start working at 16 in Italy,
Hmm.
and you still need permission from your parents until you're 18 to do it. And my dad, I cannot help him with his job because he works in the public, and
Yeah.
it seems I was a
Yeah,
little,
there is nothing
yeah,
much you can do. And
yeah.
your mother, what's her job?
Basically, my grandpa, when he was alive, he founded a chain of boulangerie.
Mm.
Okay, so we have in our little town we have 3 points um, where we sell the bread and all the all the patisserie that they do. And now that my grandpa is not there anymore, my uncle owns the business, and my mom just sells the bread, and it's a family company. So basically, every people that works in there, it's part of the
The
family.
family.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people working because it's not a big business like it's not Amazon, but still we have 3 points where we sell it, and we have 3 markets.
How would
Yeah.
it be when you would go to the bakery?
I was so very happy because I love bread. Like I don't even buy it here because I love it so
Could you
much.
get things for free?
Of course, it's my family.
I
Like,
don't know. I don't
of
know.
course, it's my family.
That looks wonderful. Like you can go to the bakery, get anything that you want
Yeah,
for free.
yeah, exactly.
That's a dream. That's a dream.
Yeah, I told you it was a privilege when I was a kid because I just got like I was living in a place that is beautiful like Maldives, and I will often go to the beach, and I have pastries for free. Like I told you, I feel rich every time.
Could you be there while they were creating the pastries?
I
Like the
watched some
qual
I watched it sometimes, but already it's very stressful to do it, especially in Sardinia because in Sardinia it's very hot,
Mm.
and inside of the bakery it's very hot, so it's
Ah,
a bit
yeah, yeah.
stressful, and I didn't want to stress them even more. And sometimes maybe one time I let my mom sell the bread, yeah, and it was during COVID.
How many workers would be in the biggest point, the main one?
Okay, in the background there's my uncle, which is the boss, and I think he has at least 5 colleagues, and then there is my mom and a relative of my uncle uh, selling the bread. They do the part where they sell, and there's this girl that gets um I don't remember the truck. She brings the truck and she just brings the bread to the other sell
Yeah,
points.
yeah, yeah. Because they just make them in one. The
In
other one
one,
is
yeah,
just
they
distribution.
just sell them. Yeah,
Mm.
that's it. And yeah, that's it actually.
Okay, okay. And you have had any other jobs after that one?
When I was in Grenoble, I worked in sushi shop.
Sushi shop.
Yeah, but it was not a restaurant. It was just yeah, it was a restaurant
You didn't have to make them
no, no, no. I didn't have to. Yeah, I was in the cash. No, what is it
in
called?
the cashier.
I was cashier, and it was just emporté, c'est-à-dire which means it's like you just take it away. You don't stop there eating. Like just
Yeah,
yeah,
just delivery.
yeah. It's a delivery actually, and I really liked it because I would work part time, so 24 hours a semaine, a week, and but with that money, since France have minimum salary, I had like I could pay myself everything. I didn't ask my parents no money, and it was so good for me. Like I felt so independent. It was very good.
Would you say that it was your favorite job?
Not my favorite because I was just selling sushi.
Mm.
It's nothing creative, okay?
Yeah.
But still, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Which one it was the favorite one then?
Doing group leader for
Yeah,
the
I
travel
imagine.
agencies.
Because you were with people while they're realizing their dreams.
Yeah, it's very fun.
It looks cute. It looks cute one.
Yeah, and I met a lot of interesting people, so
We haven't talked about religion yet.
I'm agnostic.
Agnostic, but
I was
theist
raised.
or atheist?
No, I'm not atheist because atheist people already believe in something. Like because they believe that all religions are wrong, and I don't think I will ever have the audacity to tell someone that their religion is wrong. Like,
Yeah, but
how dare you say that
no, I'm
they're wrong?
saying no it because agnostic, what do you understand by agnostic?
I mean, agnostic is the person that doesn't even question if there's a God or not or whatever. I just, I don't even think about it. Like,
Mm.
I have my values, I have things that I care of, and I don't need a book to have my own morality.
Were your parents also agnostics?
No, I was raised Christian,
Mm.
Catholic. I was
At
raised
what
Catholic.
age you changed your
Uh,
opinion?
13,
13?
13, yeah.
Quite early. Do you think that there was something specific that made you change your mind?
I just don't like the fact that a lot of religion people are incoherent with their religion, and
They're what?
a lot of religious people are incoherent.
Ah, incoherent.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just don't like that
Okay.
because they want to teach morality and they don't have a morality out
Then you
here.
start observing how they would act and see that there
Yeah, since
was.
I was a little kid, but since I was forced to my parents to go to church, to fucking church, I just did it. And we are forced until the age of 13 because at 13 in Catholicism you do cresima.
Mm.
I don't know how you call it in English, but it's basic um, one of the main things that you're supposed to do when you are a Christian. And my mom said, "You do this, and then you're free. You do whatever you want." And I just stopped go to church because it was not something
Oh,
for
at
me.
13, she already didn't care. Like she gave you the freedom.
Yeah, because
That's nice at early young
yeah,
age.
because already my mom, she believes in God, but she doesn't care about the Bible,
Mm, yeah,
and she
yeah.
doesn't like Christian community.
Mm.
My dad is very Catholic. He's very into the thing, but he keeps it for himself. He doesn't expect others to be like him.
And did you go from Christian to agnostic directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like when you are a kid, you question things like how is God, how can someone create people that he knows that he's gonna hate? Like for example, they teach you, oh, God hates homosexual, but still God is the one that creates homosexual, so it doesn't have any sense for me. Like this is just one example. Or how can a God uh not forbid wars? Like how in the fucking Bible are wars? Like God wants some people to get killed actually, and how can you be Catholic and be for the peace and at the same time be living in a God that doesn't want that?
It's
Like,
very incoherent. Yeah.
yeah, and since because it's basic logic, okay? And since when I was a little kid, like 8 years old, that I will see incoherence because that is incoherent. Like, come on,
Mm.
it was so obvious. And but still, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going to church because I like Christian mythology. It's cool. I just like it. It's like Greek mythology or Roman mythology is cool.
Mm.
Like it's culture. Yeah, knowing that is just good.
In Italy, when you go to church,
Mm.
would you be like an active member in the church, as I say?
Mm.
Because, for example, in Brazil, church for sometimes they would offer dinners or lunch
Mm.
on Sunday, and sometimes they would invite the kids to be part of it, eating or working
Mm-hmm.
as waiters or selling the bingo cards. I used to work like that, and it was very funny.
You did that when you
I
were a
did that,
kid,
yeah, yeah.
really?
When I was a kid, I would go to cateches,
Okay,
you
me
know.
too.
Yeah, my father, he paid me 10 reais to go it.
Really?
Yeah, because he wanted to motivate me. But I would,
I'm so jealous.
I mean, he said that he would pay me. Maybe he paid me once, and then the other times he just didn't pay me anymore.
Mm.
But there was a time that I would give our hands to pray,
Okay.
and I would laugh so much because I couldn't hold myself. I'm talking like about 10 years old, 9 years old. I was with my best friend, and
Mm.
when you're with your best friend, it's hard to not laugh when you two
Mm.
must be in silence in a serious
Yeah,
moment.
that's so
So
true.
we were like,
Yeah, we're like keeping like
yeah.
yeah, you're holding your laugh.
But I did the catechese, I did the first Eucharistia. That's,
Ah, yeah, that was in Italy. Is at 9 years, 8, 9 years old.
yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Il battesado.
When you
Battesimo.
Baptismo is when you are born.
Mm,
Like I was baptized at 3 months probably.
okay. I was
It
baptized when I was 7 years old.
really
Yeah, more or less.
that's
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Ah, you know what? Because in Italy it's not that popular, but some people believe that if you you get to show your baby newborn in the mirror and they're not that baptized, they're gonna die.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, some people believe this, and probably that's why like everybody gets baptized very early.
That's something that I have never heard before. That's
Really?
something interesting. Do you think
Yeah.
everyone in Italy knows about that or just
No, I think it's just for them it's just common sense to do it because everybody
Mm,
does it, but I don't think everybody believe. I don't think my mom believed that, you know.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, so never show your baby in the mirror because if they don't reflect,
And if they reflect but they're not baptized, they're gonna
uh,
die
die.
soon.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a funny one.
Yeah.
And I was raised in a Christian context just like you,
Okay.
but and then
Catholic.
Catholic,
Okay.
yes, yes. Then I became atheist at the age of 15, and
Okay.
at the age of 17 I became agnostic.
Hmm.
But agnostic, there are two divisions. You can be
So,
you can be agnostic theist or agnostic atheist. And agnostic means that you don't know if God exists or not, and it's
mm,
not that important to yourself to
yeah,
wonder
exactly.
that question because you don't think you can achieve that answer, you know?
Yeah, me too. That's
But
what I believe.
when you are agnostic theist, you're like, okay, I don't know if it exists. It doesn't change that much my life. But if I had to go to one side, I would say that yeah, he exists, you know?
Really.
Yeah. So I was the atheist side, and nowadays I'm in the theist side, you know? But it doesn't change much. It's just like
Mm,
I think it does, you know.
okay.
My
Yeah, like whatever.
yeah, my perspective of God nowadays it's Spinoza perspective. Have you ever heard of it?
No, what is that?
It's Spinoza kind of points out the incoherences that we know, right? Like if
Okay.
God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, he knows everything. He doesn't need to do any miracle because why
Yeah,
would he correct something that he created if he was perfect?
exactly.
So he points out all of these incoherences,
Yeah.
and people nowadays they can say, "Oh, I believe in the in Spinoza's God," you know?
Hmm.
Okay, so we talked about Italian church and how you changed your perspective. Your mother, she was right, your father was also right with your decision of becoming agnostic?
They told me, yeah, now you don't believe in God, but then you're gonna change your mind, and
No.
that's me at 25, still in the
Okay.
same
So
position.
they were expecting you to change your mind
Yeah.
at some point. Maybe it was maybe their strategy, you know, like we don't need to
Mm,
if we try to push on her, then she was gonna be even more rebel,
yeah.
you know? Can be, can be. Let me see. What else?
What else?
Is there anything specific that you'd like to mention?
What?
Is there anything specific that you'd like to mention?
Uh, about this?
Yeah, I mean a subject that you like to talk. Because I know you
Uh,
do like politics a lot.
yeah, I do.
You don't?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
and I think everybody can agree with me that our prime minister is bullshit. Like,
Italian one.
yeah, Giorgia Meloni. Like,
How was it for you during the it was in 2022 that she became prime minister and
yeah.
how was it for you that time?
I just know she was gonna win because her party was never at the top. They were never leaders, so I knew for sure this time they will be the first time for them to actual ad, faire administration
Mm-hmm.
to do administration, and plus I knew that most of people in Italy didn't like anybody in the candidates. Okay, and so in fact after the elections it was published that 35% of Italians didn't even present to vote
Mm, okay. So a lot of people are
because
just absent.
yeah, and Giorgia Meloni won with 25%, I guess.
Wow,
And
not a lot.
yeah, she could have done more. And so 35% of people not voting is a lot, okay? It's a solid third of people that can vote, and it was disappointing. But and don't justify them because they say, oh, we were not represented by anybody. Yeah, me neither. But still, that 45% could have changed everything.
Did you vote in 2022?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I, of course, didn't vote for her. I don't even remember who I voted specifically, but it was something in the right
Mm.
or in the right middle, not right in the middle, in the left or left middle. And yeah, I don't. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the right, but most of right politicians don't have good intentions, and they just want to limit people's freedom. And because to be, conservative, to prevent our culture to go away, it's a good thing. Like, mm, when I say conservatives, I don't mean religion, I mean culture. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm happy that people want to keep our traditions and to, mm, you know, um, reconnect with our nationalism, which is good. Nationalism doesn't mean to be racist towards others. It means to value our own culture and our own nation. And so I'm not against the right wing. Just most of people in the right wing don't have good intentions. That's my opinion personally. I don't know about you. Like, how does it work in
In
Brazil?
Brazil,
Yeah,
uh, politically saying,
yeah.
I would say that is not very different from Italy, France, or the United States.
Mm-hmm.
People nowadays are very intolerant, and one side can talk to the other side. Um, right now, it's a left president.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Ah, left president. No.
yeah,
Okay,
it
that's
is
good.
Lula, his name.
Okay.
Before him, it was a right one, Bolsonaro,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they're they are that different, to be honest. One need the other, because they're like rivals.
Yeah.
So Lula, he was in the prison before he
Seriously.
became a president,
For what?
corruption. And
They
Bolsonaro,
voted it as president. Really?
exactly, it's insane, right? He
Yeah.
was president from 2002 until 2006, then 2006 until 2010. Then he couldn't be president anymore because he did two mandates of 4 years. And then from 2010 until 2014, it was Dilma,
Mm-hmm.
which was the first president woman that we had. But she was kind of a puppet from
Mm.
Lula. Then she got elected again, but in 2016, she was impeached. So she lost her place.
Yep.
Then the vice president was in his place until 2018. 2018 was the right one, the right
Mm-hmm.
guy, Bolsonaro, until 2022. And during this time, Lula, who was in prison, he was released from prison
Mm-hmm.
and could run as president again, and he won again.
Okay.
It's insane. I went to the prison that he was,
Yeah.
yeah, because I need to get my passport. In Brazil, you get your passport
Okay.
in the Liga, police station.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like in the police station, and there were several manifestations happening, people that were camping inside of it, outside of it. So yeah, um, the whole idea of nationality that you mentioned, I'm not very sure what I think. I think about the song of John Lennon, Imagine,
I don't know the one. I don't
Imagine.
like Beatles.
You don't like Beatles?
Not a big fan, but
In
yeah.
this song of Imagine, he says, "Imagine if there were no countries,
Mm.
no frontiers, anything." And as you said, it's good that you can know your oranges, your culture, but that can also create hate and
It
rivalry.
creates hate if you're ignorant.
Yes, exactly, exactly. But I have a negative perspective of society. I think most people are ignorant,
They
and
are.
yeah, you know, uh,
That's why I wouldn't homeschool my people, my kids,
yeah,
like because
and
I'm afraid they're gonna have prejudices and they won't be cultured enough to actually use the brain. That's
yes,
my biggest fear.
me too, me too.
Yeah.
Ignorance is the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Um, so politically, I think a lot about a lot about it, but I was addicted to a while thinking about politics. The game just changed, it's
Yeah, no problem.
yeah. Um, Nowadays I kind of stopped because it can consumes you too much.
Hmm.
I would say that it was during the Ukrainian-Russian war because of my best friend, she's from Ukraine, so I was paying
Okay.
too much attention, and in a level that not even like somebody that is working as a diplomat would follow it. So
Hmm.
I stopped it. Um, but yeah, I had something else to ask you. Ah, yeah. Do you have anything that your parents taught you that
Mm.
really got stuck with you that you remember very well?
To value your family,
But
to
do you remember like the exactly moment that they said that or they didn't act?
well, yeah, something that I agree with them. Like my parents always made sure that didn't grow up racist or mm, you know, nasty 20 type of people.
Hmm.
And
I remember
especially
you told me.
especially my dad, like he was very clear about not making fun of people that are sick or people that have disabilities,
Hmm.
and or to not be to be open to people that are different from us, because um
I
it's important, the
wouldn't
dialogue is important, you know.
I wouldn't say not making fun, but being disrespectful because we
Yeah.
talked about dark humor, for example,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think making fun is as I said, but making jokes is different. I want to talk to you about dark
Mm.
humor also because it's something that I like a lot.
If you people are listening, go look for Bill Hicks
Yeah, you mentioned him.
spectacles. Like that guy was so smart. Maybe he was a bit aggressive, but it was part of his character. And our
Which time was he presenting?
he was born in 1961 and he died in 1999, 1904, and he started to do his shows, I think, in the 80s.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bill Higgs.
Bill Hicks.
Who
Yeah.
introduced you to him?
What?
Who was the person that introduced you to
I
Bill Higgs?
just I was looking up. I saw a video of one of my favorite Italian YouTubers, and it was talking about it was doing a bad review of a movie that it was shitty, and at a certain point he mentions Bill Hicks, and I look for what was that, like what is it, and I just found the videos of his shows, what he was doing stand-up comedy, and I just loved it. Like it was a
Okay.
nice
Which YouTuber
thing.
that talked about him?
His name is Yotobi. But
Yotobi,
yeah,
like in
Yotobi.
Italian
Yeah,
written way.
yeah, because he was born in 1988, and when he started to do YouTube, he was 18. So in 2006 actually, and it was very first years of YouTube. That's why his YouTube name is Yotobi. Like it was very the start of YouTube. And but his actual name is Karim Musa because his father is from Iraq, I believe, and his mom is from southern Italy.
Yeah.
And I would like if his first videos were about reviewing very shitty movies, and then now he does completely different things, but still is good, you know. To
Yotobi.
YouTube, yeah,
Do you still
he's a
follow him nowadays?
show. Like I love him.
Okay. When I was learning Italian, I needed a lot of recommendations.
Really?
Sometimes it was hard to find people to follow that actually could feel connected to them.
Mm.
So Bill Higgs, do you know anybody else that knows him?
You know that I don't know anybody that knows him. Probably he's not a probably no, it's not that popular in Italy, but probably George Carlin is more popular. Do you know
Yeah.
George Carlin? Yeah, I
Yeah.
love him too.
George Carlin's like the god of stand-up comedy. I watched
He's a great.
3 of his stand-up comedy shows,
Mm.
and I noticed that he would repeat some jokes in.
Yeah, I think every comedian does it, you know.
Yeah,
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 especially in the past
yes.
where the social didn't exist, so all their thing they were not recorded and published, so nobody could see. Oh, that that's a thing that he already said that wouldn't happen.
The content was
Yeah,
harder to
yeah,
archive. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Right now, we are taking a look at the book about the Olympics history that I use as a mouse pad.
Mm.
Quite beautiful book, gotta say it.
I like it. It gives old. That's why I like it.
Do you practice any sport?
I do natation. I swim,
Mm.
but I did martial arts. I did dance, contemporary dance,
Which
I,
martial art have you practiced?
jiu-jitsu and taekwondo.
Me too.
You did taekwondo.
I did
Taekwondo is so
taekwondo.
good. It's so good. Like
For
I
how
just
much
love it.
time have you done it?
Not long because then COVID happened.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, okay. But you remember the names Apchagi,
I don't remember anything actually. All the Korean words that I know is from K-pop
Mm.
or food or Korean food.
Yeah, yeah. But taekwondo was very nice. I wish I could still practice. Sometimes when I went to the gym in Antibes,
Mm-hmm.
there they had like a big area, and
Uh-huh.
I was practicing.
I really like taekwondo. I want to do it again.
We could practice.
Mm.
That taekwondo taught me how to stretch because we would
It's
spend at
very
least
important.
1 hour stretching. And
Yeah,
I grew
it's
up
even us.
thinking that it was a normal thing for people, but people don't know how to stretch.
No, it's very good for your body actually. And I also did a gym, but I don't know how to say it. Basically, is um I don't know in Italian in Italian is ginnastica artistica.
You
I
did
don't know.
that?
Yeah, I did it and I
How
liked
old
it.
were you?
I was very little. I don't even remember. And I did volleyball, basketball. I did a lot of sports.
Which was the one that you liked the most?
Probably swimming. I love the water,
Hmm.
especially if it's hot. And I just love to swim. I love to touch the water and to be immersed, and to play in the water.
Do you know like those variations, forms of swimming? The
I've never done that.
butterfly,
Yeah, I know them, and I just do it like, but I don't like the dolphin or the butterfly. I like the frog and the classic.
I don't think I'm a good swimmer.
No, why not?
My father made me be too afraid of water. Not necessarily afraid, but too cautious, you know? He would always say,
Mm.
don't go too deep, never go to a river without me, and all of the things.
Okay, the river is dangerous
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
and I was swimming in Mediterranean Sea, so it's very safe. So
Mm.
for me, I didn't have that problem. Like when I was a kid, like 10 years old, I would go so far away from the coast alone, and my dad he wouldn't say anything because he knew it was safe.
Mm.
Like you just pay attention, you look around, you don't go you can go far from the people but not far from the coast and the all the stones, and since you are near them, you're safe. And I would just go alone.
For how much time can you swim without a pause?
You mean in the pool?
In the beach,
Because in the beach, like if I go to the beach, I'm swimming in various ways, ones that are more intense and ones that are more calm, and I will stay in the water for hours entirely. Like I wouldn't stop.
because then you can just float to
Yeah,
rest.
yeah, and I play in the water. I have to play sirens when I am in the water.
Sirens.
Mermaids. I'm a mermaid. Like I feel like a mermaid when I am in there.
Okay, okay.
So I just, I just chill.
That's something that I would like to get better at swimming.
Swimming
Yeah.
is not difficult. Yeah, for me it was a cultural shock to know that some people don't know how to swim. Like, what do you mean you don't swim? Like, yeah, if you are in the water, you have to move, otherwise you're dead, literally. So I don't get how people don't know how to swim. Like,
It's I
how does that work?
it's hard to control the breathing and in a way that you're gonna be able to rest, you know. I had trouble, for example, floating.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was taught to float actually at 7 probably.
yeah. I maybe learned last year how to float.
Seriously.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that good at all at floating. I still can do it. I think the maximum that I have done it maybe was like 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I need to really focus, and I'm not sure if
You
it's
have to
gonna
keep
work.
your hips up, that's the key.
My Australian friend Eloise, she said that I need to
Mm.
squeeze my butt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. To keep your hips up.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And jiu-jitsu, for how long you practiced? Was it the Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
No, no, Korean.
Hmm.
I know there's a Brazilian
Yeah.
version. Yeah,
I
it's
think the
true.
original jiu-jitsu is Japanese
Ah, no, jiu-jitsu. I thought you were saying taekwondo. I'm sorry. It was,
jiu-jitsu.
yeah, I mixed the two. Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, yeah, it's Japanese.
Do you remember for how much time you practiced?
Some months, like half a year.
And did you get like to a higher level of the
I have the I have passed the first level.
yeah, and
So
Taekwondo?
yeah,
Also the first level.
yeah,
The white one you went to the yellow one
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't get the yellow one because I would
No.
go for a long time and then stop and then go again.
Mm.
But I memorized the movements. You remember the I'm gonna do a movement for her right now. You guys are not gonna see it.
Yeah. What?
Probably.
Ah, no, I don't remember. Like I don't remember. It was so complicated. I have.
But you remember
Mm.
that this exists,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I was doing a sequence of movements of how to get from the white to the yellow. How do you call the thing?
What? The belt?
Belt. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see for how long we've been talking.
Yeah.
Wait.
40 minutes.
1 hour.
1 hour, literally.
1 hour.
Seriously, 1 hour. Yeah, it's like midnight and.
So
Oh,
just to, I think we can end right now.
yeah.
And there is a question that a podcaster that I follow, he always does at the end, which is if something like that. I don't remember exactly, but if you could say something to the whole world, what would be, you know? Let's say this podcast got extremely popular. We have
Yeah.
10 million followers.
Please study history because that's very important. Like, have you seen the actual times? Like, some fascist and Nazist values are coming back. Values, I say values, but I don't mean like I don't consider them values. But some of nationalism and fascism is coming back, and that's why people are like it's a complicated thing, and we don't have time to expand this. But please study history. Like it's so important and so underrated.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna check again what are the three questions that he does. But this is a very special podcast
Okay, right.
because it's the first one that I do it in real life with
Okay,
somebody besides me, even in Brazil. So
I'm happy.
it's gonna be in history. It's gonna be in history.
Yeah.
And let's see where it is gonna go.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so thank you guys.
For listening to us.
Comment if you heard till here.
Yeah.
Like it, send to your grandma. I'm sure she's gonna love it.
Yeah,
And
give us your opinions.
yes, yes.
Subscribe to his Celso channel.
You wanna leave any social media?
Maybe another day. Like now I
Okay.
want to say mysterious.
Okay, so this is mysterious.
Mysterious. After I talk about all my life, I want to be mysterious. Yeah.
So this is the mysterious guest.
Yeah.
Bye, my Milulu. Ciao.
Melulu.